v.h.s.x? What do you mean?
Alright, so build requested video with the Demogorgon here today. We got a longer one using Floods of Rage, Surge, Barbecue and Chili, Pop Goes the Weasel with the Black Heart add-on, Barb's Glasses add-on, and a Midwich offering. So we're going to have 2 gameplays for the Midwich, and then we have a bonus at the end going against a Bully Squad. Now, fairly new to the Demogorgon, we're actually taking advantage of an AFK survivor, really just going ahead and applying as much pressure as we possibly can off of the bat, off of the rip. That's ideally what we're looking for. So we're probably going to leave it unedited. We're just going to go ahead and use this as an opportunity to learn a few things as I go through the gameplays, because I definitely could improve at Demogorgon with a bit of more practice. And maybe if you're learning Demogorgon yourself, you can watch the gameplay and also be able to learn something as well. So, pretty small map. Definitely a Silent Hill fan, a Silent Hill enjoyer. So the map is definitely one of my favorites. We were able to immediately get a pretty solid hit. Unfortunately, we weren't fast enough. We did end up getting the wrong timing, unfortunately. Unless it just was heal perks. Heal perks can be quite strong here. So what I decided to do is just focus on the Rebecca, because I know that the gens were going to be moving at a pretty rapid rate. So I think the best thing I can do is to go for the Rebecca initially and kind of just stay focused on that survivor for that duration, because of the fact that we just don't have a lot of time. And we're just immediately going for the closest hook and trying to get maybe some barbecue, but at least have pop ready to go if necessary, if we could find the generator that they're working on, which we do find one at 50%. So we're able to use our pop, and then we can go ahead. Now we notice that they're actually trying to get on the portal there, so we placed one, but we weren't fast enough to be able to cancel them destroying the portal, unfortunately. So that can be a little bit of a detriment when playing the Demogorgon, unfortunately. He is a little bit of a strange, like, sort of M1, M2 kind of thing for me personally. Now what we're doing is just focusing in once again on the Rebecca. We noticed the altruism might work in my favor. We just waited out, honestly. We will also want to get rid of the pallets if possible, kind of zone them out, and then we immediately want to. We could have shredded maybe, but we just gone ahead and went for the M1 to get some surge value.
Alright.
And then we gone ahead and went through to go ahead and hook. So, place them on there, we get our pop ready to go. We finally got somebody out of the game at the 4 gen mark. That is the way to go. We teleport across the map. We didn't really get any barbecue value, not really too sure why that is the case. It's a little strange. I don't know if it's because of barbecue's range or something or whatever have you, but or maybe I just wasn't turning around fast enough. I don't know, but we got ahead and used our pop on that as well. Good thing we had it ready. We see that there's a Yui in the area. We're trying to go for them. They are injured, so getting a melee off would be pretty solid. We go for a shred. We did actually mistime that. We went a little too close to the pallet there, unfortunately, which does allow them to get extra distance. So taking that stun was definitely going to be a detriment, unfortunately.
Balance maybe, because why else would they run this way?
So we're trying to utilize some mind games here. I do believe I should have just kind of committed to that side. I was trying to go for a bit of some mind games here. We do at least get the pallet. We pushed him toward the that back half there. I probably shouldn't have done that. I should have pushed him toward the back there, because now they make the rest of that. So that's definitely my fault there. I definitely could have played that a lot better. But thankfully we are able to kind of get them into a dead zone. They pretty much don't have any other options but to fly into a locker, so we just go ahead and get them on a hook pretty much immediately. But another gen, I think, did fly in that process, so we do just place another portal down and we try to fly off somewhere across the map, just trying to use our mobility as best to our ability as we can. And that is going to be a little bit challenging. We do take a look around, but more portal placements probably would help out a lot. I think maybe placing as many portals around the map, I think, would maybe help me out here. Just to give me more mobility and stuff like that. You know, periodically, I do need to remember to actually use those. Because it is traversal, even though it may not be like a xenomorph tunnel or like an Onryo TV, but it's still an option, and we definitely need to be able to use it. We do get the hit, and we do get the pallet out of it. We also want to use our shred to quickly break the pallet. He's just kind of just stuck there, so he doesn't really have another choice. He does have one more pallet there, so we just get rid of it. I probably could have ran around it, but I just wanted to clear out the pallets as quickly as I could, in consideration to the fact that there was just a lot. We do get Surge. That's pretty solid stuff, so it is pretty interesting to build. We'll have an option for M1s and an option for the M2. Having Pop and also Surge is pretty good in that sense. That we have an option for either or. We do get a nice melee there. They do immediately just farm them, from what I can understand. So we just go for the M2 there, just because. I'm
quitting already. That's crazy.
Which, if I'm not mistaken,
you just got here, buddy.
I must have been going after Quentin the whole time or something.
Just getting started.
He could have also had off the record. I don't remember if maybe I could have waited for that, but we do get rid of the God Pallet too. We just use the shred because it is much faster. Definitely faster than breaking the pallet. Like, that is for sure. The recovery is faster. You just everything is quicker when you do that. I go for the injured survivors. Because going after Steve right now would just be a waste of time. We just immediately keep shredding everything.
I'm getting rid of every single pallet in
which
this map.
on one hand is pretty good, like, because you're clearing out the resources. On the other hand, it does also mean that you're not able to get that down as quickly because you're having to stop and break everything.
We don't need
But we're utilizing some mind games here. We're using the M2. We're kind of faking. We're using some red stain. We do somehow end up hitting like the hitbox of like the box, unfortunately there. But we do end up getting it down. Which allows us to put them on the Floods of Rage hook, which will be pretty effective. To say the least, we'll just put them right there, and it'll also give us aura reading for the rest. When they get unhooked, they'll show the rest of the survivors their aura, which is really good information. Now what we're doing is following the scratch marks sort of to the side of them. We see the aura reading, so we know that where the Steve is going. He does have a God Pallet there, so we just kind of like preemptively start up our shred. That's good stuff so far. I mean, playing it the best of my ability, considering
as long as they're off gens, that's all I care about.
I could say lack of experience to a degree with when it comes to the Demogorgon.
Breaking them all.
Specifically, so I would say I've definitely improved from before. Definitely want to break that wall because
I don't know why there's a window there.
it just makes the tile a lot weaker.
Alright,
now because I broke it, obviously he just chain it to the next
let's break that too. Yep.
Pallet.
Break them all.
And then we can
make it a dead zone for your teammates.
pretty much clear that out, and then we can just shred it now. So pretty good shred.
Oh yeah, make it a dead zone for your teammate, then go down afterwards. That's the perfect plan.
Now what we can do, place them on any other hook. I figure why not just place them there. Now barbecue would work quite well with Demogorgon.
So just use this then.
If you have those portals ready, I think the portal placement can definitely be better on my side of town. I would say on my when I'm playing him and I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, you know, I could probably definitely get better at it. For sure. Can definitely get better at it. But as for yeah, definitely, because you want to, the idea is that because the portals are, you know, very obvious, because it's a big you know, like hill, you know, that you're creating, it would be good to hide them in certain areas so that you can kind of sneak up on people, so that they're not immediately like destroyed, which is probably a good thing to do. Another thing that I could probably do is just place the portals, like maybe place an extra portal around like a gen or something like that, so maybe they'll like take extra time to like break the portal, which means that there's like more slowdown in a way. So I think maybe it has like a multi-use.
Single portal now. Yeah, they're scared. They don't.
The M2 definitely is really good for like sort of like faking, you know, for like dead hards and stuff like that. Really. So overall, very interesting stuff, to say the least.
I don't even have to.
Now, what I'm trying to do is sort of find somebody who is like has been hooked before,
Yeah, that's what I want.
And I think I had heard the Princeton around the area, so that's why I kind of went back around.
Oh, this is
And
good.
I will say also, like, I did end up having a bit of commentary in some of the gameplay, but it wasn't very insightful or very informative or maybe even entertaining. So that's why I figured why not just throw in a post commentary over it to fill in the gaps. So definitely good idea to use the shred. I also wanted to just double check and just kind of split the pressure and quickly check on the portal just to see if they're actually on it, which as you can assume they can kind of fly off because of how long it does take to travel.
That's really stupid.
But having shred add-ons does make breaking pallets faster, just does make it a lot smoother to go through certain areas. And it makes the Demogorgon very deadly,
Jesus,
which is very nice.
Sit here and pre-run
but we're following the Steve here, considering that we do need the pressure, and we also know that they're probably going to heal themselves, so that's why we gone ahead and took the time to do that.
I can't do anything about that. The gen is literally about to fly. I can't stop it.
Now, one thing I'll also mention, if you guys are not aware, you cannot activate your shred mid-air. A lot of characters are able to do that. A lot of characters are able to get their M2s ready.
No, we don't get to go backward
when they are like falling. So like Pyramid Head, you can definitely do that. I'm not sure if Dracula can.
Yeah, Jen is gonna fucking
but some
fly.
characters can charge up their M2s like sort of in the air. But Demogorgon cannot. So it may be a little bit more tricky to kind of line that up, honestly. And because I was sort of used to doing that, you're not able to do that on the demo, so can't really go for like a drop shot or anything like that. That is the first hook for the Steve, so that's why we're not really too worried about it. What we were trying to do is sort of just go to the next portal, maybe, or maybe maybe go to that one over there, just to kind of just double check, and maybe if they're on the generator, so we can use our pop, which it seems like nobody was around.
I didn't even teleport yet.
Which we just kicked a gen, which I wasn't too sure why I did actually. I mean, I guess I was just trying to use the perk, but I guess it just wasn't really necessary. So what we're trying to do is sort of stop them from breaking the portal, because we kind of need it, because the gens are very spread out. Now the one thing I will say about the portal though is that you don't really get any information on base kit when you when you come out of it, so it can be a little bit challenging to kind of see where they are. But we're also clearing another pallet. We seem like we're in a pretty decent spot. The gens aren't really being progressed. And ideally, if we can catch the Yui off guard here and start getting a pretty good hit, it should be a way to get a nice down. And we're at a bit of a stalemate almost. It seems like they're kind of unable to really do the generators. And I'm getting a couple of hooks here and there, nothing too crazy. We went for the M2 there because it is faster for the recovery, which means I can gain more distance overall while still getting a hit. In that instance, it's pretty solid to go for the M2 there. I figure if I M1, they would have made a lot more distance here. So we were able to get the mind game off, get the surge as well, and then we're now able to get this survivor onto a Floods of Rage, which is going to be pretty nice.
Look right there.
So we place them on there. They are immediately out of the game. So we love that. We needed that. That is useful. They just got the gen done. There's 3 hooks left, so that means that one of them is on the death hook. It might be the Clinton, so we just knocked him down with a nice melee.
Yeah, no, you could lay there, buddy. I got a Steve.
And then we just followed through with the Steve, because we were trying to go for that nice 4K. You know, that is the way to go.
Gotta make
now,
cannon.
You know, they are holding forward pretty hard, so you're gonna have to kind of follow them normally. But yeah, I mean that is not a bad match for the start. I gotta say, not bad at all.
Dude is running for miles. I'm like,
not bad at all.
The distance.
So right now it's just catching up to Steve. And I gotta say, definitely could have played it a little bit better with the Demogorgon, but in the terms of learning, of the learning process, not too bad. So we did try to dodge to the side, but we were anticipating that. That's why we kind of angled it slightly to the left side, because that is usually the better choice. They do get the pallets stunned, but it doesn't really mean they're able to really escape. That's how we shred. And then they pretty much are kind of locked into this corner. They pretty much just go down. So pretty solid stuff, I will say. And then we can go ahead and dive into the next game.
There we go.
So we're gonna dive right in with another post commentary for game number 2 on Midwich Elementary.
Make it happen.
And we love to see it. We got no mither.
Oh no, it's
same
lagging.
as before.
Oh,
Map was requested for the Midwich. So pretty solid stuff. We got the no mither, which means we can get some pretty solid stuff. It is lagging with 2 separate survivors there. You can see on the HUD that they are lagging. So we heard this gen going. We decided to take a look around, see what we can find.
You don't just tap a gen and just.
And I will say, very tough learning the Demogorgon for sure. A little bit unusual compared to the characters I'm really used to playing. A fairly balanced killer.
Tap one and zoom off without scratch marks.
And very challenging, I would say. Very challenging to learn. You did get a very solid M1.
Knock off all that progress.
And I'm very proud to say that we got some really solid games in this video, so I could definitely look at it and see what I can improve at. Really ambitious swing there, especially with the no mither. We also need to pop there on that generator.
It's just lagging. I gotta push through it.
And we're just going ahead and going after the.
Did she hide?
The Nancy, which we were looking at the scratch marks. It seemed like they were kind of walking somewhere, so it seemed like they were just kind of hiding. Which we're just kind of doing some M2 faking into a swing there. So it seemed like they wanted to stay at the tile, which we just want to clear the pallet anyway.
Oh, it lags.
Which I did end up breaking it normally, because I did get the timing wrong with the shreds. I just wanted to quickly get rid of the resource. Now it seems that they're going in for a body block. I did actually go for the shred just so I don't lose much distance. I was a little bit more patient there. Didn't want to shred too fast. And what we're trying to do is at least clear that pallet. The lag did unfortunately rob me there. That is just unfortunate.
God damn it, dude.
Because
like,
he did actually take a hit there,
yelled
but it
and
did not.
everything. My arms were
I don't know if it really counted at all. Unfortunately, I think it did maybe later, but
wow,
it was a bit of a robbery, unfortunately. Now we did go for an ambitious shred there. It seems that we can at least get the M1 to knock down the generator.
Holy crap!
That is close by, and then we can then go ahead and just hook them on the floods or the basement hook, either one. I think I went for the floods because it's a little bit less risky, and also it would give me information. Now I took a look around. We do see somebody with barbecue, but we don't have a portal all the way over there, so we have to use the one that's up there. I think one of the things I remember when doing research on Demogorgon is to just place a portal sort of where you spawn.
Kind of around this
which is a little tidbit that I remembered, which I don't know if that's actually an effective strategy or not. She does come out of a locker. I think she had like the inner healing and strength or whatever it's called.
So
and with floods showing us some information, we see them running in over there. You're also going to notice on Midwich I don't break those walls by the
I want no mither.
In like by that doorway I've walked past. I don't really break those walls because it makes it a lot harder for these survivors to rotate through the tiles. Now this wall that I just passed on the screen, that one I definitely do break, but the other walls I don't.
Okay, good.
No surge, so
I needed
gen around the areas we worked on.
Breaking the portals, that's fine, I don't care.
They do end up getting rid of a portal, unfortunately. I do believe on maybe a bigger map the portals may survive longer, maybe because they can't see them or something like that. But who knows?
Back here.
But we do enjoy playing on Midwich on the left. We got some barbecue value as well.
Here,
definitely played better than the last one because I wasn't really fully utilizing
then I could use pop and maybe
the barbecue value.
Down, and then I could try to rotate back to that other portal.
Definitely will say I do have to place more portals in general. I think that's like a thing that I definitely want to do. Just place more portals in general, just for more traversal because he does have it. It is good to use it because you do have it. because most killers don't
He's
have
lurking. There
traversal.
should be more than one here.
And sort of learning the traversal will definitely give a bit of an advantage in comparison to not having it.
If they save him, I could try to drop down for it.
Very good
There
stuff. We're also going ahead and diving.
I gotta
back
go after
where
him.
the unhook went off.
Is that the Nomither
Nancy,
like that she's bloody blocking?
And we have been at a red bar connection.
It's gotta be
for
him,
quite
right? It's
some
gotta
time. So we find the Nomither again. We go ahead and get our surge value.
Alright, cool.
And we just go ahead and just get him
That's
out
one.
of the game. We hit like 3 gens at the same time. So very nice. It should eliminate this
Okay, cool,
David, I
another
believe,
game.
if I'm not mistaken. So that is
value.
one down
I
at
might
the
be able
4
to. I
gen mark,
might
which
be
is
able to
ideal.
stop them.
We see them both working
Yeah, I
on
can
it.
stop
So
him.
if we can teleport to it, it'll cancel the
Get him off my butthole portal.
The breaking of the
drop
portal.
down.
And then we just follow through with
What, did he hide in the basement? What the heck was that?
the
What did he
Dwight,
scratch
because
me?
I was looking
Oh.
around. I was like,
Yeah, he
he's
likes to
hiding
do that.
again. We have to clear him out,
Oh,
which the lag
is
did
freaking
kind
insanity,
of
my guy.
activate there, unfortunately.
Oh,
but we do get rid of a god
Lord.
pallet, so pretty good stuff,
The lag
nonetheless.
is insanity.
Now we're following him through. And he is injured, and the only
still
one I
cleared
could
the
really
portal,
get some
but at least
pressure
I was
off
able to
of,
get a hit
considering
for
that
it.
he's the only one
It's a good
injured. They
trade.
did get rid of the portal anyway. But you know, in a way, it is some slowdown. They do have to stop and break the portal if they
He's not
do
gonna go
want to
for
cut
window.
off some
No,
of
he's
my
not.
traversal.
He's
So it is a
not,
bit of a give and take.
He's been going
He
for
does hide
corner
back in the
attacks
corner.
pretty much every single time he's
Which you
chased,
just go
so.
ahead and get the free hook for. Now, if there's a pain res, not pain res, the Floods of Rage close by, definitely could use that.
Hopefully.
There is
Excuse me.
not. There is
Thank you.
not. So
Place it on that
now we
one
see
right
barbecue
there.
again. Unfortunately, we don't have a portal there, so we're gonna have to walk over normally.
I was getting pushed too, but she can
So
go for the save.
definitely, I
can
think
push this
placing
one
just
off.
a bunch
Push
more
that one off
portals
with
might
the
be
walking,
able to give me
whatever
something.
nonsense they're
That's what
doing.
I'm thinking so far from watching the
If I can
gameplay.
please damage it, thank you.
The lag does make it a little bit more difficult.
Drop a portal down.
We do place a portal in the same spot just to use it as a
could probably slow
slowdown
down
option.
here.
Realistically, if I was really trying to, you know, place him in a good spot, I probably would hide it around the corner somewhere. But there's undetectable from the portal there.
I don't think they saw that coming.
Did allow me to get that hit.
It's so hard to use the M2 because the
We're
lag
just
is
sort
so
of
hot,
following
like
through
crazy.
here. We can most likely start picking up the shred option pretty soon, or maybe we don't have to, because we can just go ahead and
that should have hit that gen for me.
Does hit
Yeah,
the
it
gen.
did.
As
we
they're
can just try to
saving, we
use
just hook
this.
somebody else, and we can continue
Put him in
to
toward
trade
the,
out these hooks
toward the bathroom.
to get more pressure that way.
Here. And that should hopefully give me barbecue. It did not. But that means they got unhooked pretty close. Did they tap it? No, they did not.
No, we're just taking a look around. We're trying. We can probably use that portal
footsteps.
connected to that
I
one
heard something. Hello?
up there.
Fuck was that?
We're holding the shred down,
Heard
which
some
will
shit.
show Killer Instinct if
Heard
they're
footsteps.
working on the portal, near the portal anyway, when it's fully charged.
I had a
Right,
feeling-
so
I
when you
know
hold
I
it
heard
down and then you
something.
fully charge, then it'll give you that option.
I'll go
The
for her
Nancy
again.
did kind of stand there, so I figured that we can probably just go after
She
her
used up
again.
her perk.
And then we obviously are able
And
to
she's
get
close to all the gens I wanna
get another
hit,
down,
so
which means
I'll
we just
take
hit
the
like
down.
3 gens with Surge at the same time. Very solid stuff.
That's decisive.
Which is good. And
No.
then we can just place him on the hook again because he did
So I
decide to
just
stay
hit like 3 different
there
gens
instead
with
of running
Surge.
away. So that is a free
No
second
barbecues that are
hook.
close.
I think, yeah, they have a portal at the stairs. I was
seem
thinking
like-
I
are they
could
on
place
the
another
floor,
portal maybe.
maybe?
I should have maybe placed it in that little locker
No.
area, like on the
Weird.
side there.
Go
Just so
down
it's like
there.
out of view, which could potentially allow for a pretty good like way to traverse without being immediately spotted.
They tapped
We
it?
go back
No,
to
they
the
did not.
generator, it's still regressing, so we have some pretty solid pressure. We're checking the portals, we're just trying
Yeah,
to kind of get an idea of
show yourselves.
what to do.
They're gen rushing.
So they do end up doing the gen above me. Didn't really get any audio for that,
Weird.
or if I
But-
did, I probably would have,
okay.
you know, just went up there. So I figured that they would
Okay,
either
so I can
have
probably go for
to
him 'cause
go
he's been
from
hooked
the
before.
other side of the map. I know that the Dwights might hide in a corner here. That's why we're just kind of lingering here,
He's gonna
holding
keep
him
waiting
in
here
this
like a
area.
moron. Probably corner attack somewhere.
He
Yeah,
actually
he did.
was
He
in
corner
the
attacked.
bathroom stall because he
Again.
was like just kind of corner camping it pretty hard. So we knew he was there. Like, we knew he was there pretty much.
He's running toward his team right now.
But
so
we
that just
weren't
gives
really
me
gonna
free,
go
like,
after him
free
just yet.
pressure. He's gonna corner tech
Now
again,
this
bro.
time
I know
around, I
he's gonna
think
pick a
he
corner. He's
went
gonna
to like a
fucking go to
different
it, bro.
corner, or maybe ran away or something. I just didn't spot him that time. But he's been going to the corners pretty much every single time.
Yeah, he did. He must have found some
So we
way
kind
to
of
be
expected
silent
that. That's
too,
why I
'cause
was just
he
kind of
didn't
looking
even, like,
around just in
run, make any
case.
sound,
They
no
did end up
breathing.
finishing
He
the
was
heal.
dead silent.
So it would be best to actually go for Nancy, because we know that Nancy's completely going to be
Pun
eliminated.
intended,
So
'cause
that's
it's
why we
Silent Hill
want to just
map.
like, you know, get them out of the game, clear out some pallets if possible. Utilize the shred fakes and stuff like that.
So I could
Or
clear,
is it the I don't know if that's a tech at all, but I have seen that with Demogorgon players.
So that's one person that just disconnected.
When they kind of go around, so that's pretty nice.
Probably from all the lag.
Now, we're just going ahead and following through with the Nancy here. We're going to get a nice little melee there, getting rid of the, some more progress on that generator.
As well. This one should be dead.
And then we can just immediately get them out of the game, allowing for
I'm gonna hook her
the
quick
Meg
before the lag
to
kicks in and says
quit
I'm
the
not hooking
game,
anyone.
and the Dwight to be left
So they're dead.
in the lobby.
They were on this gen. So the fuck are they doing?
So I'll most likely cut out the bot chase because it's just not very interesting.
So that's
but
two
I
separate
will
people on
include
two
the Dwight
separate
chase.
portals.
So depending on
This bot is a bot, so I could probably just leave him on the ground. Option.
So now we're just kind of looking around. We figured that this gen does have some progress. Might be somebody lurking. We did end up using head
there was
on,
no
so we just go ahead
animation, man.
and
We just
follow
flew
him.
out.
Now, unfortunately, oh
It's
yeah,
not
he
gonna
did try to
land,
drop a
though.
flashbang.
Again with the corner
He really tried to.
It does it every
but
time.
Unfortunately, it's not going to be that easy.
I broke the
He does pick up the bot. We just knock down the bot again. And then we just try to melee him out, you know. But we just yank him out of the locker. So he's out of the game, and then we just clear out the lobby. We move on to the next game.
Looks like a flower.
Diving into the bonus match of the video, we got ourselves a nice one. We're on Yamaoka this time. Same build as before, same Demogorgon skin as well. I also forgot to mention that the skin was requested as well. If you guys want to submit a build request, you can go ahead and use the links in the description, as well as a super chat through the YouTube, just dropping in the comment what you want to see. You can pick any skins, any killers, any perks, add-ons, and stuff like that. Do the links in the description, 5 or more, and you'll be able to submit that. Now, we got ourselves a little bit of a bully squad, so that'll be very interesting to say the least. So, right off the bat here, we're getting a pretty good M1. And it is a little bit tricky. I'm going to leave it all uncut and everything like that so that it's just a little bit easier to kind of see where I could have improved that. I was really trying to utilize a mind game here, maybe vault in, but honestly, by, you know, like from what I can tell, I probably should have just went through, because it seemed almost impossible to like, I think if I'm not mistaken, like with Yamaoka, like certain tiles are like, you know, or depending on the map, certain tiles are a little bit larger than other maps. So I think this tile was as large as it was. I was not able to catch up at all, and I just think I was just misplaying it consistently. But there were a lot of people kind of lurking around, so I knew that even if I had gotten the down, there was most likely going to be somebody ready to save. So I figured if we spread injuries, that'll help out. I was really trying to mind game it too, but it was just impossible. Like it really was just impossible. They probably had comms, maybe, you know, stuff like that. It could have been a Swift, maybe, or it could just be the tile strength on Yamaoka, which is a little bit tricky, unfortunately. I really tried to like maybe vault in, maybe that might have done something, but it just doesn't seem like. We just have to clear out the pallet. Leaving just a window, which is I would consider it a god window. So you just kind of have to get rid of the. You're gonna have to just kind of get rid of the pallet, get the window to block and stuff like that. And that's just the size of the window, unfortunately. Yeah, and we were able also to get rid of that pallet as well. We just go ahead and shred that, and then we go ahead and just continue following them through this area.
we were able to get the M1. We know that there's a couple of people lurking. We also got Surge to activate on 2 separate generators. From that first chase, I figured that I would at least attempt to go for the swing there, which they didn't really fake. I just assumed that they most likely would vault. You know, just due to the fact that they don't really seem like they would be that smart and like to fake. So that's my fault. I probably should have just assumed that they wouldn't do that, you know. Now they do get the pickup, so that's when I immediately start running back over, because I know that because of the way that the team is playing, I can use their altruism against them, and I can definitely use that. So we were able to get you down, because just you really have to base the way you're playing the game around what you're going up against in that sense. So in this instance, we're dealing with a bit of an altruistic bully squad, that type of thing. So and you'll see what I'm talking about over the course of the game, because we have at least like 3 survivors of flashlights. They're all like lurking, like trying to really bum rush some kind of really brute force, I should say, some kind of save. And so just judging by the way they're picking up, like just the speed of it, like, you know, what they're trying to do and everything like that, just the fact that they had like endurances from getting picked up, stuff like that. Like they were definitely prepared to go up against like a killer that is trying to, you know, like depending on the situation, right? They pick up, they blind. If they don't pick up, then they have a perk for picking somebody up and having endurance. So you know, I can definitely see that even 2 people are even attempting a blind. You know, like just something like that kind of level of coordination isn't something you see with randoms. So that's what we're trying to utilize here. So definitely like misplayed that a bit there, unfortunately. Now he is climbing the hill. I figured that what I can try to do is just kind of just go for a hit on him as well, if possible, or get a pallet. Did miss that. Probably should just M1 there. That would have probably been smarter, to realistically. I also should have started placing portals immediately, which I just forget when I'm playing Demogorgon, unfortunately, that I forget it's there. So that is unfortunate. Now we're doing a little bit of some M2 faking. Just kind of seeing what they do. It does make them panic a little bit. Oh yes, good thing I whiffed on the Talita, because now we know that they have Dead Hard. So now we know to not immediately swing. So that's pretty good. Now we can just go ahead and place them on the hook for the second time. We got the barbecue going. We see somebody on the left side. I figure that it would be smarter to go for the 2 survivors than it is to go for the 1, because then if they both heal, that's 2 people going for save, which makes it harder to get pressure that way. So we just go ahead and shred him. Now 4 people are injured. I figure, well, they're most likely going to have to finish healing one person, start healing the other person, so I figure we can just start teleporting back to the hook and try to get some pressure that way, which we're using the audio to listen in and hear them healing. We are going a little bit in the wrong direction, but I do want to try to take advantage of waste down the Claudette in the process, because that is the way to go about that. Now I figured that just judging by the distance, nobody's really going to be able to save in time, and that's exactly why I just picked up there. It was a little risky because the flashlight was almost very fast to blind, but I was at least able to you know, be able to turn enough, because I knew the timing was there. I've gone against teams like this you know, many of times, so I just kind of develop the timing and the spacing, because there are little windows of opportunity, if you will, to pick up a save and without getting blinded, unless they have background player, which in that case, if they have background player, I mean, then it's just, you can't really counter it, especially old background player. The current nerfed background player definitely is still like not as good, which is fine, but it can sometimes catch you off guard, unfortunately. So we're getting some pretty good injuries. As long as they keep taking body blocks and just overall staying near me, I can definitely take advantage of that. So We got a nice good hit on the arena there. The Claude is like celebrating, moonwalking and all that stuff. We do of course have endurance, which I figured we're gonna live forever or something like that. So I figured what I can do is just hit him so he can just go mend, because that's like 12 seconds of downtime. And then we just go ahead and just go after somebody else, right? Pretty much the way to do it, because they are gonna try healing it themselves. So if I can separate one of them away from the team, like this Claude is at right now, just like going around a rock, which I'm not too sure. I don't know if it's because of the size of the rock. I didn't want to lunge around it. Sometimes you can, but he did not get the timing there, and that's exactly what I was assuming, right? Because he still had the mend, right? Now we get barbecue. We see them both in that generator over there. I figure, well, they're gonna work on the gen. I can just go ahead and down the atom, and then there'll be two people that are like are incapacitated, if you will. Can't do anything. And normally I would go for the slug here, but I figured they're gonna get the endurance anyway, so it's probably better to go for the hook states. And the hooks are side by side, so no matter what play they go for, it's pretty much inevitable that they're going to, and one of them is going to trade. They have no choice. So now what we're doing is we're just taking advantage of that. We're placing more portals, putting one in the center, just trying to get us some pretty good traversal options. We're checking the portals in case anybody's running by. They both fully healed instead, so that gives me more time to get some to set up here. We try to time it just right so that we can at least hit either or without it like kind of hitting the wrong person. So I figure if the Claude is going to sit there and fly towards me, I'm going to go ahead and take advantage by waiting out the base kit BT. Maybe like try to do a little fake there in case maybe they have Dead Hard or something like that. And if they had Decisive or something, then it'll be fine, but at least we get it out. They do also miss the blind on that. We just eliminated a survivor. And we make our way back to the top of the main area. So the Atom did get unhooked. I figured that he might also have Dead Hard potentially. He does not, so he just goes down immediately. And then we just pick up facing toward that area because we know that they're not going to be there. And hook him there. So second state on the Atom. Now we can just kind of teleport back over to the generator over here. Probably use our slowdown option. Does catch her off guard. She is also injured, so that does allow me to get another free down. That's why we're still doing 1-2 fakes, just in case they have Dead Hard. We want to be able to do that because they keep doing for FOV things and stuff like that. It really won't matter in the grand scheme of things because another hook just went up. So now we're rotating back. We see where the Dalita is, which we know that this one in particular is going to be dead on hook. So that's why we're trying to go after them, right? And I place a portal down in case I need to leave the area, which we just want to clear the pallet if possible. Depending on what they decide to do, which I think we have them in a pretty good position because they can't really make the window. They have to go for the pallet. So that's why we go for the window. The window fake there, pretty solid. Got a little extra distance there. She does end up getting pallet, but we can just go ahead and get rid of it. Now, because she's on death and there's two gens, they're most likely going to heal first. So what I did is I placed another portal in the shack, so that depending on how long the chase takes, I can just fly back over. We went for another window fake there. We do start up the shred there, which allows me to just quickly get the pickup without somebody being able to save. Because they're way too far away. So she ran over to shack for basically no reason. The M2 allowed me to get rid of the survivor pretty quickly. Got him a hit him with the no. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do it. It is required. Especially going against a bully squad. So now we can go ahead and start to make our way over. And now we can just go ahead and look around, because we got scratch marks. So we figure, well, we can leave that one injured. We can go after the Atom and quickly go for that window fake there. It does get us a couple meters. Did overdo it there with the shred, unfortunately. So we do end up giving them a bit of distance. So that's why we quickly wanted to check on the portals, just in case that they're around the area. They're probably on the gen on the hill or something like that, usually. So the idea is we just take a look around, kick that generator. So now we notice, okay, but they're around the area here. We can pretty much clear them out, get the pallet out. It's not a great pallet at all. Probably should have shredded there, unfortunately. Did not get the timing on that, unfortunately, so that's fine. That is fine. So didn't expect them to just kind of drop the pallet there, so this time we did shred. They do put a chem trap, but that doesn't really matter because we were still recovering from the shred anyway, so really the hindered really doesn't matter, which is nice. And we just started to charge it up there. They did actually vault, which was quite a shock, because I probably could have gotten them, and that's why I went for the shred again, but they just did not care. Like they did not care. Then they couldn't blind correctly, so they go down immediately. We hit them with the nod, and then we just take a look. We take a look again with the portals, and it didn't seem like they were really going for anything. Now, what I should have done was honestly just hook this arena. Just to quickly get like pressure, and also just so we can confirm our win. But I did end up trying to go for the Atom too. But she did actually get up with Unbreakable. So now we rotate back in with the portal. Thankfully, did end up going for the M1. Probably shouldn't have though. He has to give me the pallet, unfortunately, which I probably, well, the thing is, if I didn't break it, I would end up losing more distance. I think it was just better to break. I think I don't know if that might have been resilience, but I can't remember, but I think I mistimed the shred there, unfortunately, which is okay. Nothing wrong with that. Still learning the character, which is a-okay. Just gone ahead and got rid of that too. They did end up getting the gen done, but we're still in the chase. Obviously, we just want to confirm our 3. It would have been nice to go for a 4, but unfortunately, I just was not able to. From what I'm seeing here, which is okay. You know, a win is still a win nonetheless. You know, especially against a squad like this. Probably no, no, I didn't waste time shredding, because if I had shredded, I think she would have been able to open the door. So I didn't want 2 people to escape. So I figured I would focus on the injured person, and I would also take her as far into the map as I could, so that if he does, for whatever reason, go for a save, or at least attempt to go for a save, like I'll be able to just. Which he tries to blind, it doesn't work, the angle's not there. We do fake and go for the M1, so he can just leave the map. He has no choice, honestly, unless he wants to go down. So we just didn't have the range there, unfortunately, but that's okay. We still walk out with a 3K. And I will say, very solid stuff. So, pretty awesome, you know? Especially being able to fulfill the build request that this was, given the skin, the perks, the map offering, which was mid-witch, you'll see, was the entire build. So I feel good to be able to fulfill the request. So, pretty awesome.